My story is the journey of a boy who left his home to venture on the seas and fight for freedom, to live by the values of honour, honesty, courage and integrity and loyalty, and to serve Australia with pride. This is the story of my father and the journey he has taken over the seas to serve a grateful nation. Steve joined the Navy in 1978 to serve as a junior officer in NEOC, a new entries officer course, and went on to pursue his skills as a navigator on Fremantle-class patrol boats. Steve's skills as a navigator were soon recognised, where he was then promoted to navigate on guided missile frigates Swan and Sydney, which would be taken around the world on global tour. However, in Steve's 20s, he would travel the world by the compass of ships and then temporarily settle in England as he served on exchange with the Royal Navy for Specialist Advanced Navigation courses. As a result, Steve would return to become the fleet's navigation officer and the chief lecturer for both HMAS Watson's Navigational School and the Australian Defence Force Academy. Steve returned to the fleet to serve on HMAS Newcastle in 1996 as second-in-command XO. But in 2002, he would serve as the commanding officer of HMAS Melbourne, another guided warship, and be one of the first warships to serve in the Second Gulf War after 9/11. Here, Steve would combat terrorism, piracy, and serve as a blockade with other coalition forces. This war would change Steve for the next 10 years and change his understanding of the value of peace and the privilege of liberty and sacrifice. Serving in active duty allowed Steve to rise to the rank of Commodore or Junior Admiral, where he was Commodore Flotillas and ran the fleet, and then as Commander of Surface Task Force, where he was directly in contact with preparing ships to be mission ready for war and conflict in Somalia, the Gulf, and in international exercises such as Talisman Sabre. Alas, Steve's time as Commander of Operational Forces came to an end only a year ago. He now serves as the Australian Naval Attaché to the US as a diplomat, where his role is crucial for the stability of our nation with coalition and allied forces in the Pacific. And our country owes many thanks to Steve, but also to Great Papa, who served in the second wave at Anzac Cove in 1915 and then the Somme in 16. Steve and Papa were not the only ones to serve. Another 7 members are active in their duties, including my uncle, who was serving as a commanding officer of an Anzac-class frigate in Somalia. My other uncle, Grant, who has been a captain of a patrol boat in the northern waters of Australia, as well as my aunt, Alison, who is serving as a medical officer in developing nations to establish their medical facilities in our area. However, there are younger members in my family serving, including my cousin Adam, who is a Navy clearance diver at HMAS England, as well as my cousin Claire, who is now completing her training in navigation and communication at HMAS Watson in Sydney. And finally, my younger brother Cam, who is now doing his training for aeronautical engineering at ADFA in Canberra. For Steve and all of my family, we and the rest of the Commonwealth thank them, respect them, and we look to the oceans where they will continue to sail into history as they serve our nation with pride and dignity and by the values of the Royal Australian Navy. As it is said, to each man the sea will grant new hope to those who sail upon it.